1970s, kids didn't just bring snacks, they brought edible adventures to school. Some were so wild, so sugary, or so strange, they'd be unthinkable today. Would you believe there were candies that popped in your mouth, chocolate drinks that didn't need refrigeration, and sweets kids traded like currency, most of which have completely vanished today? Stay till the end, because we're counting down 25 unforgettable school snacks, and you won't believe what the last snack was discontinued for. Starting with a snack we all wish we still had today. Number 1, Dunkaroos. Imagine a simple cookie suddenly transformed into a celebration with a swirl of frosting. This was Dunkaroos in the 1970s. Each pack contained bite-sized cookies and a generous amount of flavored frosting, perfect for on-the-go enjoyment. Kids couldn't resist trading frosting, squabbling over flavors, and making lunch a full-on playground of chaos. The bright packaging and cheerful designs added to their charm, making them more than just a snack. They were social currency in the cafeteria. Unfortunately, Dunkaroos disappeared from the market in the early 80s, discontinued due to shifting trends and health concerns. Later reboots attempted a comeback, but nothing could match the original experience, leaving the memory of sweet frosting and chocolatey cookies engraved in the minds of those who grew up with them. Every bite was a mix of pleasure, fun, and childhood nostalgia. Next up, we'll talk about a snack that literally popped in your mouth. Number 2, Pop Rocks candy. Pop Rocks were revolutionary for 70s kids. It was a candy that literally crackled in your mouth. Encased in colorful, eye-catching packaging, they became the snack everyone wanted to try at lunch. The thrill came not just from the sweet taste, but from the sensation of tiny explosions dancing on the tongue, sparking laughter, daring games, and shared excitement among friends. Over time, Pop Rocks largely vanished from school cafeterias and mainstream shelves due to exaggerated safety concerns, leaving them more as a nostalgic memory than an everyday treat. However, the next snack made chocolate drinks cooler than ever. Number 3, Yoo-Hoo chocolate drink. Remember the thrill of grabbing a Yoo-Hoo from the cafeteria cooler and cracking it open mid-lunch? Smooth, chocolatey, and perfectly sweet, it didn't need refrigeration, making it the ultimate portable indulgence. It was more than a drink for us, it was a little act of rebellion, sneaking chocolate when teachers weren't looking. The packaging was instantly recognizable. Brown glass bottles with that cheerful yellow label, promising chocolatey comfort in every sip. Over time, health concerns and changing tastes caused Yoo-Hoo to fade from school lunchboxes, leaving only the memory of sticky fingers and giggles. Each sip felt indulgent, luxurious, and shared among friends, a tiny escape from homework and cafeteria chaos. This one was good, but the next one on our list was even better. Number 4, candy buttons. Candy buttons were deceptively simple, rows of tiny sugar dots glued to strips of paper. Yet for kids, they were a game and a delight all at once. Trading colors, peeling dots one by one, and daring friends to finish a row faster turned every lunch into a subtle contest of patience and skill. Brightly colored and packaged in small cardboard envelopes, they were easy to share, easy to hoard, and impossible to ignore. Over the years, candy buttons mostly disappeared from mainstream shelves as more convenient and less interactive candies took over. Today, they live primarily in memory, a sweet reminder of the slow-paced, playful indulgence we once enjoyed. Do you remember the snack you could literally wear? Number 5, wax lips. Oversized, bright red wax lips weren't just a snack, they were a costume. Kids slipped them over their mouths, posing for friends, and then chewed away the wax for a faintly sweet taste. Lunchtime became a stage, filled with laughter and playful antics. The packaging was simple yet bold, featuring comically grinning faces that invited mischief. Wax lips eventually disappeared from schools due to unknown safety concerns, leaving only memories of those ridiculous smiles. Unlike modern novelty candies, these encouraged social interaction, humor, and a sense of theatrical play. Every bite or peel was a shared joke. But the next snack on our list literally felt like a science experiment. Number 6, fizzies. Fizzies weren't just candy. They were instant soda in tablet form. Drop one in water, watch it fizz, and sip the tangy, bubbling concoction like a tiny experiment you controlled. The packaging was playful and instructional, drawing kids into the process and making every drink interactive. Fizzies eventually vanished as pre-carbonated beverages and stricter school rules replaced hands-on candy fun. Yet those who remember them still recall the anticipation, the popping fizz, and the shared delight of tiny explosions in the glass. It was more than a snack. It was a chemistry class disguised as indulgence. Get ready, this next one's gonna hit you with nostalgia. Number 7, Mallow Cups. Mallow Cups were a mix of 3 elite flavors: chocolate, marshmallow, and a hint of peanut butter. The packaging was inviting, featuring bright, cheerful wrappers that practically promised a sweet escape. Kids loved the combination of textures, the gooey marshmallow, the smooth chocolate, and the subtle nutty undertones. Over time, some original Mallow Cups were discontinued or reformulated, fading from lunchboxes but not from memory. But eating one wasn't just about taste, it was about indulgence, savoring small luxuries and trading bites with friends. Each cup offered a moment of richness in an otherwise ordinary school day. Now listen, the next snack on our list can be remembered with only one word: irresistible. Quick question: what snacks from school do you miss the most? Drop your memory in the comments. We love hearing your stories. Number 8, peanut butter bars. Peanut butter bars were the kind of treat that felt like a small rebellion tucked into a lunchbox. Crunchy peanut butter, wrapped in smooth chocolate, they were a perfect balance of texture and sweetness, indulgent yet portable. Kids loved comparing bites, trading halves, and sneaking a bar when the teacher's back was turned. The bright, simple wrappers promised more than candy. They promised a moment of escape during the daily grind of school life. Over time, these bars disappeared from most school cafeterias as convenient snacks and chocolate bars dominated, leaving them alive today only in memory and old candy catalogs. Each bite wasn't just flavor. It was shared laughter, social currency, and tiny, rich pleasure that made an ordinary lunch extraordinary. And how can we forget about a treat that could last an entire lunch period? Number 9, Sugar Daddy Lollipops. Sugar Daddies were huge caramel lollipops that could last through an entire lunch period. Kids delighted in the slow burn, enjoying every sticky bite while laughing at friends attempting to finish theirs first. The bold, classic packaging promised pleasure, and it delivered. Over time, these giant sweets fell out of favor in schools, replaced by more convenient candy bars, leaving only memories of sticky fingers and pure enjoyment. But only the real ones would remember this next snack. Number 10, Bon 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 Mints. Bon 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 Mints were the quiet heroes of the 1970s candy aisle. Small, chewy mints wrapped in shiny foil, but with a flavor punch that made you reach for more than one at a time. They weren't flashy like chocolate bars or lollipops, but their charm was in the subtlety, a refreshing burst between classes or a secret pleasure in the lunchroom. Bright wrappers and minty aroma made them instantly recognizable. But as candy trends shifted toward larger, more visually dramatic treats, Bon 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 Mints slowly vanished from store shelves. Today they exist mainly in nostalgia and old advertisements, a reminder that even the simplest candies could create unforgettable moments. This next snack made you feel like you hit the jackpot. Number 11, Hostess Choco Bliss Cakes. Hostess Choco Bliss was the ultimate 1970s lunchbox treasure. Unlike Twinkies or Ho-Hos, these cakes were all about pure chocolate indulgence, layered sponge, a rich fudge center, and smooth frosting on top. Kids who unwrapped one at lunch instantly became the envy of the table, often fending off trades with cookies or chips from friends who wanted just one bite. While Twinkies survived the decades, Choco Bliss faded out by the late 70s, remembered only by those who were lucky enough to taste its unique richness. It wasn't just a snack, it was a status symbol tucked into your lunch. But the next candy literally fizzed inside your mouth, and it was delicious. Number 12, Zotz Candy. Zotz offered a hard shell with a fizzy, tangy powder inside, creating a multi-sensory experience that kept kids coming back for more. Bright packaging and unusual flavors made them irresistible. Over time, novelty candies like Zots faded, leaving a legacy of playful experimentation and shared fun. Every bite combined flavor, texture, and social interaction, making lunch feel like a secret game. Now the next snack changed halfway through and we loved it. Number 13, Razzles. In the early 1970s, kids loved candy, but Razzles offered a twist that made them unforgettable. At first glance, they looked like ordinary fruity candies, brightly colored and individually wrapped. But as soon as you popped one into your mouth, the magic happened. It gradually transformed into gum as you chewed. It wasn't your average candy. It was a two-in-one experience that kept recess and lunch periods endlessly entertaining. Razzles came in a variety of flavors, the tangy orange and zesty raspberry, making every bite a little adventure in taste. You would trade flavors with your friends, compare chewing times, and pleasure in the innovation of a treat that could change before your very eyes. Despite their popularity, they eventually faded from the everyday lunchbox, overshadowed by bigger candy brands and newer sugary innovations. Yet the memory of that multi-purpose candy lingers for anyone who grew up with it. But this next snack, I'm sure most people have forgotten it ever existed. Number 14, Necco wafers. Necco wafers were thin, chalky discs in pastel colors, stacked neatly in tins. Kids loved trading flavors, challenging friends to taste all colors, and savoring the subtle sweetness. Over time, these classic candies disappeared due to declining popularity, leaving them as retro relics. Their appeal wasn't flashy. It was the ritual, the subtle flavor, and the social interaction that made them unforgettable. These simple wafers sure left a mark on our memory. But the next snack had surprises in every bite. Number 15, Cracker Jack Packs. Caramel popcorn with peanuts and a tiny prize inside, Cracker Jack combined indulgence with playful anticipation. Kids opened packs eagerly, comparing prizes and savoring sweet, crunchy bites. Over time, classic packaging and traditional prizes vanished, leaving behind nostalgia for the simple pleasures of shared excitement. Lunchtime became about discovery, indulgence, and friendship. And the next treat proved that sometimes simplicity was enough to make magic. Before we talk about that, if this trip down memory lane is making you hungry for more forgotten favorites, hit that like button. It helps us dig up even more lost 70s school snacks. And don't forget to subscribe. We drop new nostalgia every other day. Number 16, Mounds Minis. Mini Mounds bars were the perfect chocolate and coconut combo, a small escape from everyday lunch. Kids tucked them in lunchboxes, enjoying every bite. Gradually, these minis disappeared from regular school circulation, leaving only memories of gooey coconut and delicious chocolate. Each bar offered a sweet pause and a moment of pure enjoyment. This next one was the best part of any trade. Number 17, Oh Henry. Minis, small bars packed with nougat, caramel, and peanuts. Oh Henry. Minis were meant to be shared, traded, or savored slowly. Kids in the 70s loved comparing bites and indulging in small luxuries midday. Over time, they faded from school lunches, leaving nostalgia as the only reminder. Every bite delivered texture, flavor, and a social experience. Oh Henry were good, but the next snack was even better. Number 18, Sunshine Lemon Coolers Cookies. Sunshine's lemon coolers were tiny cookies with a flavor that hit sharper than anything else in a kid's lunchbox. Coated in powdered sugar with a zingy lemon punch inside, they offered a balance of tart and sweet that made them unforgettable. You could spot a kid with lemon coolers from across the cafeteria with powdery fingerprints all over their desk and smudges on their clothes. Parents liked to toss them into lunch bags as a lighter sweet treat compared to heavy chocolate snacks, but kids just knew they were fun. By the end of the decade, Sunshine phased them out, and suddenly the cafeteria was missing the tangy spark. Well, the next one got messy, but in the best way. Number 19, Wax Bottles. Tiny wax bottles filled with flavored syrup offered a hands-on, messy snack experience. Kids chewed the wax, sucked out the liquid, and sometimes swapped flavors with friends. Over time, concerns over hygiene and mess caused them to vanish from schools, but they made lunchtime interactive, sticky, and exciting. Each bottle was a cheeky treat that encouraged social fun. Okay, this next one's special. Number 20, Nabisco Chocolate Chip Bars. Long before chewy granola bars became a lunchbox standard, Nabisco's chocolate chip bars gave kids a different kind of fun. Packaged in slim wrappers, perfect for slipping into brown paper bags, these bars delivered the sweet, crumbly taste of cookies in a neat rectangle that didn't fall apart in your backpack. Kids loved them because they felt like dessert, while parents thought they were a tidier, more sensible alternative to cookies. That balance of fun and function made them a staple of the mid-70s school cafeteria scene. The bars had just the right amount of crunch, with soft chocolate chips that melted if you left them too close to the classroom radiator. They disappeared before the 1980s, but kids still remember giving up their apple slices just to get one at lunch. Believe me when I say the snack that we're going to talk about now felt otherworldly. Number 21, Summit Bar. Summit Bar was a peanut-studded wafer bar covered in chocolate, wrapped in bold orange and silver packaging, emblazoned with real American value. It was kind of a Twix on steroids, but with more crunch and less structure. Kids loved showing it off in lunchboxes, 8-inch long, snackable, and just messy enough to feel like a treat you didn't share. Today, it exists only in memory and old candy wrappers. Nostalgia for a snack that promised big and delivered messy. But the next one had a crunch you can still hear. Number 22, honeycomb candy. Airy, crunchy honeycomb candy offered a distinctive texture and flavor unlike anything else. Kids broke pieces, shared, and admired the satisfying crunch. Over time, portable, chewy alternatives replaced it, leaving memories of texture, sound, and fun. Each bite was a moment of joy. Its crunch was memorable for any 70s student out there. This is where our list gets more interesting because this snack mixed all your favorites into one. Number 23, Zagnut bars. Peanut butter and crisp coconut-flavored Zagnut offered a unique sweet and nutty experience. Kids loved trading bars and enjoying the crunchy, chewy combination. It slowly vanished as chocolate bars dominated schools, leaving nostalgic memories of a snack both exotic and familiar. Now on to one of the most memorable snacks of the 70s. Number 24, Like-A-Made Fun Dip. Fun Dip in the 1970s wasn't just candy, it was an experience. Back then, it still carried the unique Like-A-Made name, and kids would line up at corner stores or beg their parents to toss a packet into the grocery cart. Inside were paper pouches of brightly colored tangy powder and a chalky white candy stick called a Lick-A-Stix. The fun wasn't in the flavor alone, but in licking the stick, dipping it into the powder, then crunching away. Lunch tables became a social stage, with kids daring each other to mix flavors or eat the powder straight from the pack. Of course, teachers hated it. Sticky fingers, sugar dust everywhere, and constant trading meant it didn't take long for many schools to quietly discourage or outright ban it. In the 70s, Fun Dip was pure chaos in a pouch. And for our last one, we have a snack that should never be forgotten. Number 25, Pixie Sticks. Pixie Sticks were the ultimate sugar rush of the 1970s. Literally flavored sugar poured straight from a paper straw into your mouth. No chocolate coating, no chewing required, just pure, brightly colored powder that instantly stuck to your tongue. Every kid knew the thrill of tearing open the end with their teeth and dumping a rainbow of sour, sweet flavors like grape, cherry, or orange down their throats. Parents groaned at the dental bills, and teachers despised the sticky desks and hyperactive classrooms that followed. But kids treated Pixie Sticks like contraband treasure. The longer the straw, the cooler you were at the lunch table, and the boldest kids would try to down several in one go, daring each other to handle the sour kick. Many schools started discouraging or outright banning them during the 70s for being nothing more than sugar delivery tubes. Back then, though, they were an edible badge of playground rebellion. Which one of these snacks brings back your best 70s school memory? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for joining us on this trip through 1970s lunchboxes and snacks. If you enjoyed it, give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend who grew up in the 70s. Subscribe now. This helps us bring back even more nostalgic snacks, forgotten treats, and childhood memories in every video.